Kid Brewer Stadium in beautiful Boone, North Carolina. EA Sports College Football continues with a late season Week 12 showdown here. The Vikings will kick off first, and here we go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Appalachian State's offense will have first crack at this one. And we'll be seeing plenty of Jakari Lewis. Last time out, scored a touchdown just under 100 yards in their victory. Looking to throw, it's Ulatowski. Left side is Sanchez. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
Fires quickly. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown him 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down. The Mountaineers will call on their punt team. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. So the Vikings offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And we've said many times a tight end is the quarterback's best friend, but the last time these two played together, you could make the argument it was even more than family. It was like that thing, there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother, David.
It was really impressive. I mean, they put up big numbers. It seemed to work every time he looked to the big fella, he delivered. So, elite 1-2 punch. Jesse, how do you slow that guy down?
I mean, you just got to pick your matchup poison, honestly. You can put a safety against him and try to take advantage of the speed, but he's not going to be big enough to match up physically. If you go linebacker, you're not fast enough. So mixing and matching the looks, I think, is the best chance this defense has.
Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Tyson. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Trying to slip through and pick it up. Breaks into the open. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield. The Vikings come to the line with a new set of downs. Sells the run, wants to pass. Right side, it's Gunderson. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. The Vikings, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Driving forward, it's Tyson. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Right back to it. Jumped on top of the pile.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Snags it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Mountaineers offense to take the field and open this possession. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Sells to fake. Fires to the middle. Between the hashes, it's Villa. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
And I actually thought the defense had the right coverage there. That's just really good offense. Like, really good timing between QB and tight end. You got a middle-of-the-field safety. You got those guys underneath. The defense has to see the ball, break on it. But sometimes they're just too good of a duo.
Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Keep it on the ground. Makes his man miss. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run. So now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again here?
Fires to the right. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
The Vikings open this drive as the offense looks ready to go. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. We'll see what this offense can do sitting inside its own 20. They'll get him stopped at the 18, and this offense creates a little space with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Firing to the right, complete. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains, they mark it at the 29.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. The Vikings will snap it on 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Out wide left, it's Williamson. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
2nd down to the air. Turns up, it's Tyson. Turning it on. Got enough space. Touchdown, Vikings. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead.
And listen, if I have a playmaker at running back like that with that kind of speed, yeah, I'm going to throw the swing to him too. He drops back, surveys the field. He says, I know my guy can make a play, gets the ball in his hands right now on the swing. He does the rest, gets in for the touchdown.
The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Back to throw, it's Ulatowski. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
Grab behind the line. It's Villa. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He was looking for a little more on that return, but he hands this offense a short field at the 35. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Drops back on first down. Throwing right. Hauls it in. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll run it. It's Tyson. They were all over it.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. From the gun. Wide out trying to get it in. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. He's looking to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one is perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily...
And Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
And the Mountaineers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, this offensive coordinator has to be scratching his head because he's trying to keep his quarterback protected. He's trying different things, sliding the offensive line, keeping tight ends and running backs in, chipping, going empty, and getting the ball out quickly, but it's not working. They're just losing the one-on-one battles up front, and in the second half looking forward, I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it.
The Mountaineers will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Going to field this one in tight quarters. And the returner will be brought down. The Vikings open this drive as the offense looks ready to go. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots in the zones. You got to get him involved.
Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. Appalachian State comes out onto the field to get the drive started. They really needed to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. From the gun, it's Lewis. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Keeps it moving, it's Lewis. Defense all over him.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running line.
And the Mountaineers headed quickly to the line.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Sends it back in motion. To the air. It's Gulatowski. Lets it fly on the move. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
That one's not even close.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The Vikings open this drive as the offense looks ready to go. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Long way to go on 2nd down. They'll run him again. He stopped in his tracks, and at least they didn't lose yardage on this one. The defense uses a timeout. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Vikings will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not a lot of room to make this catch. So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. Sets his feet. It's Gulatowski. Caught over the middle. It's Sanchez.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Left side, it's Villa. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. The Mountaineers moving quickly to the line. Wants to throw on 3rd. Flips it out to the back. Jukes his way for more.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
Out wide right, it's Lewis. The Mountaineers call a timeout. That's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Had to start that slide a little early, and he'll be short of the first down.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great.
They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. Smashes it between the uprights. That'll close the gap to 14. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. And the Mountaineers will boot it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. What do they have to say coming out of halftime, Holly?
I caught up with the Vikings head coach. He is thrilled with the play of his quarterback. No turnovers right now. They have been clean and efficient on offense. They've got a lead. Let's see if they can continue that here in the third quarter. I'll keep you posted on the vibe down here in the sidelines coming back. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. The fake wants to throw. Buying time to his right. On the run deep down the right side. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. 7-yard pickup on that one. Is now 2nd and 3.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about it.
The Vikings are rolling down the field. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. 2nd and long here. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Right side, it's Gunderson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. 3rd and long coming up. Straight ahead, it's Tyson. He'll be stopped at the 32. Still ground to cover if they want to convert, and 4th down is coming. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Mountaineers offense coming onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. The Mountaineers in the hurry-up.
This offense was just hoping for one big play. They finally got it. They're trailing big in this game, and they needed that pitch and catch to put them on the doorstep to make this a game again. Give them credit. They never lost their confidence. They never stopped being aggressive, and finally, two guys hook up. Massive play for the offense.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
He's dropped.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. Won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read, and it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Hands it off. Brought down at the 37-yard line, and this defense denies them on third down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. And that is no good. Hoping that a field goal could give you a little bolt of energy, but instead you look up and the scoreboard still says you're down by 17. The Vikings open this drive as the offense looks ready to go. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Out wide right, it's Gunderson. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
On third down, he drops to throw. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be fourth down. The Vikings will bring the punt team onto the field. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Here comes the Mountaineers offense to take the field and open this possession. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Sells the run, looking to pass. Here comes the heat. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
And, man, this home crowd has grown frustrated with what they've seen from this offense. I mean, they just haven't put drives together. They haven't been explosive. And another incompletion, and the clock is ticking. It's running down. They've got to find a way to create some big plays, to create some momentum, and get these guys on their feet yelling.
Both of these teams still on the outside looking in at the top 25, but here are the rankings as we are winding our way toward the end of the season. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Rush right in his face. And he avoids the sack.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receiver.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Got to make the play on fourth. He's got it. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on fourth down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. A costly holding penalty backs him up. It's 1st and 20. Dropping back, it's Ulatowski. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Oh, pressure's coming. Right side, it's Lewis. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Not gonna make it, and the 4th down gamble backfires.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. The give to the single back. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Follows his blocks. It's Tyson. He's past the marker. Finding some room. Touchdown, Viking! And the pummeling has started. They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just handing the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense.
Into the secondary on the right. The 20, the 10. Touchdown, Mountaineers. Rolling into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up.
And And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands right to him and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, trailing by as much as they are here in the fourth quarter, no big surprise. They're going to go onside kick, and obviously their opponent was ready for it. They hop on the football, and they're going to ice this game, it looks like.
Running inside, it's Tyson. Oh, he's got some space. He now has 108 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Offense picking up steam, 1st and 10 from the 31. To the ground, he's got it again. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. The run inside. It's Tyson.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. Drops back, it's Ulatowski. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Couldn't set his feet.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on pass.
He's got it way down the field. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. And the Mountaineers come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensively, you got to put the gas to the floor. Got to make something happen fast.
Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over, like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few first downs and make something positive happen.
On the run, fires downfield. He can't make the catch, had it right in his hands, and it'll be 4th down.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to...
Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. The Mountaineers are marching down the field. They'll move the wide receiver. Moves the pocket. It's Ulatowski. Turns it upfield. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. From the gun, looking for a man. Rush is on. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Mountaineers. Into the end zone for 6. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big body frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
With an update on that, let's check in with Holly.
Here on the Vikings sideline, their running back is making a little bit of history, and his teammates are very aware. That last touchdown, rushing touchdown, put him at the top of school history for the season. Guys are fired up, making sure he gets the game ball right there. He's trying to get his helmet back on and get ready to run back out there and make even more history here today. But guys are very aware that he's doing something special out on the field. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. Defense will stop the clock. 2:04 remaining. They'll have the 2-minute timeout coming as well.
Well, he got you 2 on 1st down. He got you 2 on 2nd. 2 won't get it done on 3rd. You're going to have to go somewhere else if you're on offense here to stay on the field.
They'll need to get this one to the 31 here on 3rd down. And send the tight end in motion. Quick give. It's Tyson. Hard running there. Inside the 25. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. The Vikings come to the line with a fresh set of downs. A mere 4 seconds after the clock stopped for the 2-minute timeout, the defense gets it stopped again, trying to get the ball back. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Going with the counter play here. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Might as well run him again. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
Timeout taken by the offense. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. So here comes the field goal unit again. This kicker has already made 3 in this one. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Appalachian State comes out onto the field to get the drive started. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
Looking to throw, it's Ulatowski. Caught in the backfield, it's Lewis. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm.
And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Needs it. There he goes. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted the fourth down to keep the drive going. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play